We're back again with yet another comprehensive music review. For those of you brand new, my name is Nick, and we post these music reviews whenever there's a new song that's out, or a new album, depending on how I'm feeling and how much time I have to make these videos. Today, we're going to be talking about Metallica and their newest single, Screaming Suicide. We're going to break this down via the usual format that we do, so let's jump right into it. If there was a word right now that could honestly describe it, or a phrase I should say, mediocre at best. Yet again, Metallica has proved that once again, you don't have to put out an amazing single in order to be absolutely hailed as the great band that you are. A mediocre one will do just fine, and your stans will immediately love you for it. So a couple different things about this song. Starting off, it is a song. That's number one. Number two, it has a guitar solo that is much cleaner and better than the other guitar solo that was previously done on the other track. Honestly, this one wasn't as bad per se as Lux Eterna in my opinion. I mean, I gave Lux Eterna a pretty, a decent rating. It wasn't terrible, it wasn't bad, it just wasn't my style. But this particular song is, it's got its own things. If I could honestly describe it, it would be, cringe. However, let's not forget, though, that this is about a very serious topic. And remember that we have to be very careful about while we talk about this, on YouTube especially, because YouTube doesn't like to monetize videos about this kind of subject. James Hetfield himself was talking about how this song is about unaliving yourself, and how everybody goes through these thoughts of unaliving themselves at one point or another in their time. While yes, that is an important message to talk about and bring up, that it's okay. We all have experienced it at one point, kind of a thing. I mean, some of us haven't. You're not alone. That kind of a message, just to get that out there. That's important. It could have been done in a lot less of a cringe way. I'm gonna be honest, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's an important message to talk about, but bro, cringe all the way. From the music production perspective, once again, this one is not that bad, and I always have a problem with how the cymbals are done on these tracks. Just like, oh my god. If you could just EQ your cymbals so that way they have a little bit more than 5,000 hertz, that'd be nice. And don't just leave it in that one tiny range. Just maybe expand it out a little bit, maybe pull it back to 2,000 or something like that. It would sound really good. Other than that, everything sounds really good. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if the drums are actually a drum machine. I'll be fully honest with you guys, because it kind of sounds too good to be true for Lars. But yet again, he could have really put some work in and, doubled down on this, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But otherwise, everything sounds pretty great tonally. Nothing really is too bad. It's pretty standard for, like thrash metal or whatnot. But I think they did a pretty decent job with the mixing and whatnot and the mastering. Now, when it comes to the instrumentation perspective, once again, I don't understand why Metallica decided they want to make happy metal. Metallica was always known for the very heavy, evil-sounding riffs, I guess you could say. Like, if you listen to Master of Puppets, it's got that chromatic descension. If you listen to The Thing That Should Not Be, it's yet again a chromatic ascension. And again, that sounds really nice and it sounds really doomy, which is kind of cool. So I don't know why all of a sudden they decided to go like new wave British heavy metal, hair metal kind of a gig. It's like it doesn't work right. I don't know why exactly it decided to do this, but the writing wise, it's kind of weird. This could be the new direction they're going with 72 Seasons, and all the songs sound happy on it, and that just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me because, of the subject matter of the albums. But if that's the direction they want to go, then that's the direction they're going to go with it, man. When it comes to the actual guitar solo, this one is a lot cleaner played. It sounds a lot less like Kirk Hammett is doing this. It sounds better. It sounds like that he actually took time and practice to solo instead of just improvising it. When it comes to the vocals, yet again, I do think that James is starting to slightly auto-tune some of his vocals. Because it just sounds almost too good to be true for him to be doing that. Because I know, here's the thing, there's a human aspect to Metallica, and I totally respect them as a band. And I respect that they've been able to embrace the fact that there is a human aspect to their band, and they'll have some mistakes that are left in there on purpose, or they'll have some parts that are just slightly faster than other parts, but they just leave it in. But for some reason, this just feels a little bit too polished of a vocal performance for James Hetfield. It's not bad, but at the same time, it seems too good to be true. Overall, I feel like what the message that the song was carrying was a decent message at that. It's to let people know who are struggling with mental health, you are not alone. And for those of you who are watching who have mental health problems, please know you're not alone. We've all had our own struggles in one way or another. And believe it or not, things get a lot better. Things always get better. So keep fighting. I feel like that the message was not really portrayed very well with the songwriting. The songwriting overall just didn't seem to really match the way that it goes. I mean, for the intro riff, it sounded very, like, major scale. I don't know that it really fit the vibe that the song should have been carrying. I mean, the song was kind of carrying this vibe of, like, we've all had these experiences where we wanted to unalive ourselves at one point or another. We've all thought this. Okay, so make something that kind of sounds like it's in minor scale to match that. I don't understand what was with the whole idea of coming up with a major scale riff. It overall kind of took away from the vibe of the song and also the vibe of Metallica as a band. We do have to give an overall rating. I think this song's probably going to get a 5.7 out of 10. It's a middle of the road song, mediocre at best. It's not bad. The only reason why it gets higher than a 5 is because of the message it's trying to portray. And yes, while that is a message that has been overwhelmingly spoken about in a majority of different metal bands and a majority of different subgenres and whatnot, sometimes it feels like that the message has not been gotten across quite clearly enough. So this brings it to the end of our song review. If you like this video, give it a like. But what a thought. Drop a comment. Tell me what you thought about the song. Tell me what your criticisms are. Tell me what you really liked about the song. I'd be interested to hear that, my friends. Also, consider subscribing and ringing that notification bell for when I put out new videos. We post drum shorts on this channel twice a day, every day, 365 days of the year. We post long-form videos when we get the chance to. We post these music reviews whenever there's new music out. And now, just recently, we started putting out a Minecraft video once a week on Saturday mornings, just to have ourselves a little break from music so that way we can have some fun and unwind. With that being said, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care and have a good one.